be showing you all how to utilize a full pork loin, or how I like to utilize a full pork loin. So on a pork loin, you have, this is the underneath part, of course, and then you have all your fat on the top. This whole section right here, where you see all this dark meat, this is your rib end. But what we're gonna do today with that part is we're gonna get some country styles. So the first thing I like to do, we'll just take that off and separate it. And then for the rest of the roast, so what I like to do is I like to find where roughly the middle is, and then if you take half of that spot, and then half of that spot, so we cut this one, and we cut this, and now we have 3 nice pork roasts. And I'll probably cut this nice centerpiece here in the chops, and I'll probably roast these 2. So here, we'll go ahead and cut this in the chops. I like mine close to 1 inch thick. Look at that, we got 6 beautiful pork chops. And then for your country style here, dark side up on your rib end. And you want to cut just about halfway through that dark part. You take these, and you cut them into nice strips. There you have it, some beautiful country styles. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season the pork roast that I'm going to cook today. So I'll take my center cut piece here. And what I have here is a mixture of chipotle, paprika, garlic powder, onion salt, and a little bit of Italian herb. And we'll generously coat this, very generously. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna preheat your oven to 425 degrees. You're gonna take your pork roast and you wanna put it fat side up. And then once that's preheated, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna cook it at 425 for 15 minutes. Then you're going to bring the temperature down to 350 degrees and you're gonna cook that for about 40 to 60 minutes, checking the internal temperature, making sure it's a minimum of 165 degrees. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I like to store the extra parts of my pork loin. What I'll do with the chops is I'll take them and I'll lay them out. Single file. We're gonna fold this over and we're gonna fold that again. And then we're gonna put these chops right on top of there. And we're gonna fold that again. And then we're gonna put these chops right here. We're gonna fold that again and fold it again. And now we'll take some plastic wrap. Tuck the sides under here. And stretch it out as much as you can. Try and get as much of an airtight seal on here as possible. And then we're gonna take a freezer bag and we're gonna plop it in there. Before you seal it up, you want to try and make sure you can get as much air as possible out of there. The reason why I do all of this is, one, that wax paper in between each layer is gonna make it very easy for me to separate those while they're still frozen and allow them to thaw faster. Extra layers of protection is going to help prevent against freezer burn. Now, if you need a date or anything, frozen things can typically stay in your freezer for 90 to 180 days. Now, after 90 days, I believe the quality does degrade, so try not to push it to more than that. Now I'm gonna do the rest with this. Boom. I got country style ribs, another pork roast, and pork chops, plus the roast I'm gonna make today. Amazing use. Well, it's been 20 minutes, time to cut into it and give it a taste. Nice and juicy, tender, ooh, hot. That seasoning on the outside is amazing.